So we camped at Surplus Pond last night. I'm a bit disappointed there were no moose. Looks like a great moose pond. Oh, this road is clearly unused. We had some nice company. We met Metronome, who is a southbounder and who was really interesting to talk to. We met Flatlander and Ships, who were going northbound. Well, this canoe isn't going anywhere. I really have to go poo and get going, but I couldn't resist sitting on this canoe. What a Maine image. No moose, though. It's the four-legged animals. They keep disappointing me. We had some real talk. I got frustrated with Turtle Toe yesterday. I just felt like she was dragging her feet and talking to people in order to get out of doing more than 10 miles in a day. We did 9.9 yesterday. And we have to get to Rangeley by Friday. It's 35 miles away. That's 3 days. And that normally wouldn't sound like any kind of problem at all, but seeing as we've barely been doing 10 miles a day at best, that is a problem. So I was getting a little stressed about that. We were hoping to do a 14-mile trail today, but Metronome told us that's not really reasonable. It's a tough 14 miles. They're having a frog stare off here. Oh, this guy's not really a frog yet. Maybe this is like a parent-child moment.
Little dragonfly.
I know, isn't this a nice place to sit?
Mm-hmm. No mooses.
I know, that's what I thought. Do you want to say anything about today?
I don't want to say anything.
Okay, great. That sounds good. That was a unique experience. I was taking my morning poo, and I like to brace myself on a tree or hold on to something, and this here dead tree fell on my head. Luckily, it wasn't very heavy. Of course, I fell over once the tree fell on my head. Yes, this tree was standing there not long ago. A new experience to be had. For instance, yesterday we met Betsy. At the time, I had found a new poo trail, or somebody's left behind poo trail, and I suggested that Turtle Toe upgrade her poo trail, which she did. So we had a whole discussion. We all compared our poo trails, which had slightly different serration patterns. Here's her old poo trail, which had no serration, and mine, which has some. And she got one that has a lot. Upgrade. Would you like to know how far it is to Katahdin?
Mm-hmm.
How far do you think?
257.
255.3.
Hey.
All right. I bet it's uphill. I think that's a cairn. With all the flowers.
Uh-huh.
Good morning. Go towards the light. This is all we've got for moose. A very large pile of fresh moose droppings. They might even be warm, but I'm not going to check that out. This is great. A nice walking hill, doing some power hiking up a gentle but continuous hill. Good way to start when you're feeling stressed about miles. Whew. It is humid and buggy, but you know, it's Maine. For the record, I would prefer cold and not buggy, which can also be Maine. We're about a little more than a mile in, sweating bullets, hoofing it up this somewhat gentle hill. We got water from Surplus Pond yesterday and this morning. It was bathtub warm and just generally grossed me out. I'm carrying it, but wrist war. I was going to drink as little as possible, and I just took a very long thirsty gulp. I had to stop myself just to save some water for later. That water tasted really good just now. The next water is 3 miles or so over Wyman Mountain. Trail's getting up a little bit harder, a bit more intricate, foresty. Very pretty. Ooh. Moose track. Feel like I'm tracking the ponies. Super clear moose track. And lots of fresh poo. These are actually really small moose tracks, so maybe there's a baby. This is a really Maine scene, and the military, I believe they're military jets in the background, really complete the whole picture, as well as the threat of rain and the bugs in the air, kind of like plankton in the sea. At the top of Wyman Mountain, our first mountain of the day.
What mountain? Mighty Mountain?
No, Wyman.
Oh, Wyman.
W-Y-M-A-N.
Uh-huh.
And we're at the artificial clearing, which I have to say I appreciate.
I do too.
I climbed this mountain. It's nice to be able to see out. It's the first of many mountains today. I don't know exactly how many because it's too painful to count. But I do know we have Wyman, which is done, Blue, or Old Blue, I mean, and Moody. But that's all I know. Unless, do you know anything? You're looking at things.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening.
Okay, I thought you were looking things up.
I was checking to see if I had signal.
I do want to say, I would really like to camp higher up tonight.
I would too. I don't
Because
like down low.
the stillness of the air,
Yeah.
it wasn't particularly hot, but it was just so still.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really sad that I haven't heard any owls since we've been in New Hampshire and Vermont.
I bet there are some up here.
They're very quiet. I don't know. And here's the view. Lakes in the distance. I just saw some windmills out there. The slow-moving clouds. I can see big mountains in the distance. Well, right now they're obscured by clouds. And the clouds seem to be moving in all different directions, basically up the mountains, which is actually what it does when it starts to warm up in the morning, because I've learned a little bit about weather from reading my favorite author. While I was sitting here eating breakfast and texting, it's really cleared up. You can even see some mountains in the distance. And the lakes. Okay, there you have it. I slid down this route. Those are my footprints. My shoes almost got stuck in the mud. That's my butt print from rolling around. The damage is actually too bad. Let's see. I think it looks pretty muddy. Feels kind of gross. That was unfortunate. This is a section without water for a while, and here I can clearly hear water underground. I bet it's really good water. But I don't see it. Probably have to move a bunch of rocks, which is actually not possible. Just looking. Nope. I don't see it. It's in there. Finally, the Hall Mountain Shelter. We're not doing anything here, but I'm definitely sitting down. And it's just another milestone. What I am doing is reading the register. I've learned that this thing is called a porcupine moat. Gutsy taught us that. Although he said at first he thought it was an old man trap.
Say, bring your own water.
At least we knew that.
Mud hole with insects. That's what I saw.
That sounds awesome.
That's what I saw.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready for my joke? Hold on, I have to swat a mosquito. Got it. Okay. You want to hear my Maine joke?
Yes.
Why are Mainers so taciturn and shut-mouthed?
They have a reason?
Yeah, it's to keep the bugs out.
Are you going to have this laughing mosquito at the beginning of that?
I don't know. We have some people we've seen. Comet, Young Legs, and Snowman. We don't know this person, but quick snack break. Bethel tomorrow before PO closes, and then it's an eek.
It's nicer out there. Yeah, because the mosquitoes are much thicker out here. Maybe because they think it's twilight.
And then we see Metronome, Croc and Gator, Flatlander and Chips, all who we met yesterday.
Did they say?
Nothing. They just said they were here. Spartacus Nobo, 25 AT. Here's the writing on it here. Mount Katahdin, I'm coming for you like a black fly. Slightly scary writing. It looks like a ransom note. Oh, that's the end. They're just all these empty pages. My psychological milestone of the day is getting over Moody Mountain, because we've heard so many negative things about it, about how slippery it is and yucky. If we get over that, I'll feel like Okay, we've done good, and we just have to climb up Old Blue, and anything after that is... Okay, I wrote my joke in the book. And now I'm going to draw a pretzel. Turns out I don't know how to draw a pretzel. It's raining again. We just left the shelter, and this is not off to a great start. But lunch was delicious. It was the Girl Scout peanut butter balls that really finished it off. We're headed down to the falls before we climb Moody. And this trail is steep, but it's so far okay with steps and a regular trail. And everything that is not terrifying is a gift. Kind of big steps, but steps. So much better than rock bouldering, which can be fun once in a while, but I've had an awful lot of it lately. Here comes Turtle Toe, working her way down this mountain to Moody. It's a bit slow going. Nothing like we were doing before, though. This is a view of the next mountain we're going up, Moody, that I keep talking about. I've heard so many wonderful things about it. It does look a little bit rocky, and the skies are a bit moody above. So we were wondering where the trail was, and I think I figured it out. It's right above the cliffs, going in an S, and I think it goes around from here to the left side of the cliffs. We'll be done it soon.
We'll be on it soon.
We'll be on it, and it's a mile up and a mile down. We can do that.
A mile down's on the other side of that.
Mm-hmm. That's very pretty, but I don't think this is the waterfall I'm looking for because that below it looks like a death slide, and I don't want to walk out there. I don't think that's supposed to. Getting water was sort of a full body experience. Let me adjust my hairnet here. I sit in the river, I pour it over my head, and I alternately fill my drink and drink some and fill it some more. I would have taken a picture, but I was busy. Now we're headed up Moody Mountain, 0.8 of super steep, but then things should be better after that. We're actually making progress today, so I'm feeling hopeful that we'll make it and not be like hiking at night or super stressed. We'll see. Always room for lots of error. This is a steep climb, but steps and other things, not finding it nearly as terrible as predicted, at least so far. It's reminding me a little bit of the Angel's Rest climb, which was totally fine, technical-wise, nicely built, but just really steep. And that was much longer than this one. Whew. I don't believe I've ever seen a mushroom that color. It appears to be raining, although it's barely coming through the trees. I think I might be, if I'm generous, halfway up Moody Mountain. When we got to the bottom of the brook, there was like a low pressure intensity, and it got suddenly like super humid and close. I dipped in the brook, sun came out, and I felt so much better. Now it's raining. I'm not getting wet. The rebar has returned. As always, though, much better than no rebar. Oh, and there's a cool handle and an alternate version. We're probably 2/3 of the way done with this climb that I feared so much, and so far it's really steep, but no worse than any steep climb we've done down south. Not gonna take the rebar?
I didn't even see it.
I mean, the rebar seems easier to me.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, just like that. I'm sorry. I guess it wasn't funny.
No, I was wondering how far it was going to go.
Well, it's only funny because it didn't go further.
If I can reach, I'll put them over that way.
Do you want me to reach up and grab them? These might be chanterelles, or more likely false chanterelles. In any case, they are bursting out the seams.
By the way,
Huh?
I learned that chanterelles are not the only thing that looks like chanterelles, and the other one's not good.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying these are probably false. It's a mushroom kind of day.
One step.
Again, more rebar where I appreciate it, but barely seems necessary. Just doing a bonus jog because I dropped my phone like a half mile back uphill. At least it was exactly where I thought it was, and I found it. So this is the bottom steeper section of the northeast side of Moody Mountain, and we got totally mansplained by a young Sobo guy who told us both sides of the mountain were equally steep as we were almost up top from the other side. I told him I had looked at a map and they did not look equally steep, and he assured me, oh no, they are. We think he's way too young to be acting like a geezer. Luckily, like there's this thing called a map, so we don't have to trust the opinions of mansplainers. This is a funny little community. I think it might be lichen growing on top of moss. It looks very happy. River and stream crossings can be deadly. You should not read that right before you cross. Here we are at South Arm Road, I think. We're about to climb Old Blue, a nice swift-moving brook. A spicy entrance. Oh, we're into the deepest part. You made it! That's an extra challenge. I think I have to turn off my phone for this part.
Getting some water.
This water looks nicer than the brook. Climbing up Old Blue, which is very steep. I'm not sure I'm in the mood for any more climbs, but I'm positive I'm not in the mood for any more descents. Luckily, we don't have to do any. We've done 8.3 miles, and it's about 3 o'clock, so we're actually doing better than we've been doing lately, but we really got to get at least 10, if not more. So Old Blue will be just over 10, and we've already committed to going a little further because we're not carrying enough water to make any meals. There's a stream just beyond, and that will leave, I don't know, 20, 22, maybe 23, probably just 22 miles to go. So I can't do math right now, and I think we can do that to get to Rangeley on Friday. It's also just after 3 p.m., so it's not ethical to stop yet. Let me amend that. I think it's totally ethical to stop at 3 p.m., but it's not ethical when you're really behind on miles and you need to get somewhere. Ugh, tea. What is this? I knew this was going to be hard. Look at these beautiful flowers. You already did that trick. You want me to take them?
Eat that with David. Okay.
Rebar. Rebar is better than the alternative, right?
Don't ask me. I'm balancing. This is very stressful. I'm standing on one leg.
Why are you standing on one leg?
Because I'll fall if I do.
Okay. Why? It's raining grossness, and we're working our way up Old Blue, section by section. Can't look too far ahead. Oh my God. Whew. At least we're back to regular hiking finally. We were talking about how the last 30 or 50 miles we did doesn't even feel like hiking. I knew it was going to go slow, but holy crap. It's just one scramble after another. It's really like a mental kung fu match that you're losing. This is a hard mountain. Third mountain of the day. Maybe fourth. but I don't think Hall Mountain counts because somehow it was like downhill mostly. And we've climbed like, by the time done, I'm sure it'll be 5,500 feet, maybe more. This feels like we're back hiking the AT, like the way that you do in, say, Virginia. And it's a really hard trail, and you're going up a hard mountain, and you gotta push at the end of the day. But it is hiking. I have to totally reenact this. You think I should drop it again?
No, that's disgusting.
So we're preparing for the last push up Old Blue. It's another 0.8 miles. No, 0.9 miles and 800 feet. I already had the coffee, which worked. And now I'm going to have the gummy worms. Hopefully it's not a push down, but then we have a little down, not all the way down, but a little down. Okay, let's go. I was waiting for this to stop being so tame. Now it's filling up. Oh, thank God. And it's raining on and off intermittently as well.
I like the ones, those layers of mountains.
Yeah. Which direction are we looking? We're finally really at the top. I got stuck right there. Oh, you don't get stuck. You're little. You got sort of stuck.
And my pack is narrower than yours because I don't have the pack.
This seriously looks like it's been abandoned. Just tree after tree down, and they are not new. Oh, God. Okay. 0.3 of crud. Even the moose didn't come through here. Let's see what Turtle Toe is doing. Where is she gonna go? What's she gonna do? That's the way I feel about it. I know, they're really dragging out this last little bit.
Yeah.
This is not an optimal campsite, but I'm getting drier, and happy hour is making everything a little better. I know my clothing's not going to dry there. There's no way. And there's a stream right there we could fall in. There's been a toxic popcorn spill. It's everywhere. It looks like a fungus.
It does. It's red.
I keep taking breaks from setting up the tent because I'm just not feeling positive about it. It's been a late night. Finally eating some macaroni.